Joanette, you'll need to unmute yourself.
I believe I did.
There you go. Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Welcome, welcome. Good evening. My name is Dr. Russ Kort. I'm lead physician of Dr. EMF, and I'm here with Master Jet, our lead researcher for Dr. EMF. And we are so excited to be here tonight. We have a very good friend that we're going to be interviewing, and we have lots of exciting things to talk about. But first, I need to read our disclaimer. So these statements and comments that we'll be speaking of tonight have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This information is for educational purposes only. Engage, the micronutrient company, does not claim that our products diagnose, treat, cure, heal, or prevent any diseases or injuries. Engage's products do, however, address our deficiencies and provide the nutrients we are lacking. Nothing said here today is intended to be a substitute for treatment or an appointment with your primary healthcare provider. Thank you, and let's get this ball rolling.
Would you like to go ahead and introduce Dr. Prasad?
I would love to introduce Dr. Prasad. Are you going to have me read the Dr.
Yes.
Prasad?
Yes, sir.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Kort.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and pull up your accolades.
Yes.
How are you tonight, sir?
I'm doing well, thanks.
I just want to share with everybody one of the most incredible human beings we've had the opportunity to get to know over the last 8 years, Dr. Kedar Prasad. He was a professor at the University of Colorado Medicine for 30 years, director of cancer research. He's the former president of the International Society of Cancer and Nutrition. He was a member of the British Society of Medicine.
London.
Pardon me. And he was also on the Nobel Prize nominating committee for candidates in medicine. Dr. Kedar Prasad, can you take that off, is the world's first PhD radiological biologist. He was also awarded 7 US patents on micronutrients. He discovered the anti-cancer potency of vitamin E succinate, and he also discovered that butyric acid is
the small fatty acid.
The small fatty acid formed by fermentation of the fibers in the gut is an anti-cancer agent as well. Dr. Prasad has co-authored and written 32 textbooks and counting. He's, I know he's got at least a 33rd or 34th in writing now and getting ready to be published. He's published more than 250 peer-reviewed articles. And he never stops.
He doesn't.
Never stop.
5 patents that are waiting to be approved, and 3 more, I understand, that are in the works. And you know, we just love the fact that you're now 88 plus years old. You are the epitome of health, and we all aspire to be just like you in our own little way.
Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Kort, for kind introduction.
So we're going to pull up the Optimal Longevity series picture, because we what this call is about. And here we go. There we go. Your lifespan is how long you live. Your health span is how many years you live a healthy, vibrant life.
Yes.
And we want your health span to equal your lifespan. So many people are in the first part of the graphic above, and that doesn't have to be normal aging, where we have age-related diseases like age-related dementia and heart disease and diabetes at very young age. We can live an optimal, healthy life through optimal longevity, just like Dr. Prasad and our special guest tonight. So we're excited about that.
We are excited.
So Dr. Prasad, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up our special guest. Because he's currently on his ranch, we don't have super great internet. So we did practice before, and we're gonna get his voice, but we're gonna get some pictures up of him and talking back and forth. So Bob, if we could go ahead and *6 and get you on the line, we'd really appreciate it.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome.
What an honor.
Nelson, mystery guest.
Well, I think I met him once.
You have.
Yes.
And so I'd like to introduce Robert Nelson. And first of all, he's a very dear friend of ours, and he is many things, and we're going to see some pictures of his life, but he's been on the product for many years. He's got great benefits, and he really is an epitome of an optimal longevity, doing exactly what he loves at the ripe old age of, I think, 76. And so we're going to pull up a couple pictures and we'll discuss a little bit of Bob's accolades and the things that Bob loves to do. So because of Engage products. So we're going to pull these up. And the first one, I don't think Dr. Prasad has ever seen this one. And here we have this one.
Yeah.
No,
No,
look at that hair, Dr. Prasad.
yeah, they're all black at the time.
So Bob, you can see that your picture, well, you can't, it's a picture of you and Dr. Prasad. And so Bob, let's go ahead and share a little bit. How long have you been on product?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me on tonight. And it's an honor to be with all of you and Dr. Prasad.
Yeah.
Without you, I don't know where my wife and I would be today,
Thank you.
because what you've done has been so helpful to our health and our longevity that I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
It's quite an honor to be here with you again.
Yeah, it was nice to see you after a long, long, long time.
Yes, yes. I'll tell you, I think about you every day because I see your name on the bottles.
That's right.
So what was the question again, Joanette?
It was such a great intro. So Bob, how long have you been on product? And we started with just one product. And why did you choose to use that micro daily product in your life, and the biggest benefit you saw from that first product?
Well, Jolene and I started about 6 years ago. We had a customer in the barn that was telling us about the product. And I thought, I've had a lot of people approach us about things. We've tried a lot of different things. And I thought, well, I might as well rub butter on my butt, for all the good that stuff does. But I tried it. So to try to keep an open mind. And for about the first 3 or 4 days, I was thinking, well, I don't notice anything. And then after about a week, I was thinking, I'm starting to feel better. I just started feeling healthier, and I started having changes, little subtle changes that I never had ever noticed until I started to think about how I was feeling. But I tell you what, I was on it for a little while, and then I got off of it, and then I could really feel the differences when I quit taking it. And at that time, we were taking the micro.
MMF.
The MMF, yeah. And we were taking that, and I started to notice a huge difference in the way you really notice it when you don't take it. That's the thing that I noticed. But we've been on it, and we are very religious about the way we take it. I take it every day, and then of course we've had some other products come along too, like the probiotic, and that has really helped me too. Dr. Prasad, right there, you said all your diseases start in the gut, and I have a natal hernia, and at nighttime, right there, I have a hard time getting to sleep because my gut's not right. Well, that probiotic really helps me there. And the other thing, I tell you what, I have too, I'm still riding and still training horses and still working. My I'm getting older, so my body's starting to tell on me. So I really started doubling up more on my CBD too, and I'll tell you what, that has helped me immensely. It's just, and then of course we try to eat right and do all that stuff too. But when you start, one of the things that Dr. Prasad said when I first met him, he said it, and so did Joanette and Dr. Kort. It's not. I looked at all the bottles. I went to the grocery store and I looked at all the bottles of all the different vitamins. They had A to zinc and they had everything. And it's not. I'm not being very scientific here. I'm just talking as a cowboy. But there's a lot. Just I know with horses that you can give them so much stuff right there that it doesn't help them at all. And it's the same with people. So we were trying to go ahead and medicate ourselves with vitamins, and the combination that Dr. Prasad put together, and what's also important is what is not in there. And I found out that when vitamin C mixed with iron, copper, or manganese is detrimental to your health, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right, Dr. Kort?
Yes, yes,
I mean,
correct.
that's
Yes.
right. Okay. And so we found out that that the combination that Dr. Prasad had, and then after talking with Dr. Prasad quite a few times, and he was very, very humble and so nice. And you can see in the picture when I was with him, he was always willing to talk, not only to me, but to anybody that would listen. And he explains things in such a way, and his accomplishments are, well, he's the best in the world. There isn't anybody like him. Look what he's done, and look how humble he is, and all the work that he's done. Well, it has been my experience that whenever you want to go ahead and get good help and try to go ahead and do the best things you can, you want to try to find the best in the world you can to get that help. And Dr. Prasad is that person when it comes to our health.
Thank you, Bob.
So
You're very welcome.
you know what's so special is that I get to see people like Bob get to live their best life. So we're going to go ahead and stop this screen share, and you can see that, Bob's smiley face as a 5-time world champion. And so we're going to get to see a couple pictures of really what he does, and he still gets to do on a daily basis. Okay. And so here he is, 5-time world champion. What are you a 5-time world champion of, Bob?
Well, it wasn't a 5-time. I had 5 world championship titles. And cutting horses. My wife and I both trained cutting horses, show cutting horses, and Jolene's also too. Jolene's still showing. How old are you now, Joe? Jolene's 68, and she's been on it too for 6 years, and she's still going strong.
And a cancer thriver.
Cancer thriver.
And a cancer survivor, yes. Yes.
She did pretty well last week, didn't she, Bob? Over the weekend, how'd she do?
Well, they kicked butt. We had Jolene had a second. One of our customers won 2 classes. Another customer won 2 classes, and another customer was second in both her classes. So it was a good weekend.
You don't just taste cows, do you? I mean, you don't only cut cows. What else do you cut?
We cut fish after we get them caught.
Yeah, but don't you cut buffalo as well? You chase down buffalo?
Well, no, we use buffalo to help train our horses, but we use cattle, and then we have a mechanical machine too that we use. But we train horses and train people to go show.
So I want to say this, Bob and Jolene they're very humble, but you need to know they're world class in cutting horses, and they still are actively cutting horses and training every day. And Bob is 76 and Jolene 68, and they get to do exactly what they love every day of their life. Okay. And Bob, what did you say to me yesterday when we were talking about Dr. Prasad?
Well, I don't know. I pretty much tell you right now that without Dr. Prasad and without him finding and doing the work that he's done and with the company, that I don't know if we'd still been able to do this.
That's great.
And now we have and Bob, we have a picture with a pretty big fish on here. You want to tell people what we're going to do, Bob?
Well, that's my passion. Well, actually, both of us like to fish. I went out fishing today too. I hooked 2 salmon, and one was 20, and the other was an 18-pounder. But the one picture that you're looking at there, I think, with the fish straight up and down, is that the one you got up there?
Oh, it's side by side, and it's bigger than you.
Okay, that was one. That was one I caught on the Rogue River. That was a 48.5-pounder.
Yeah, looks like.
And then there should be another picture there too of another one that's up and down.
I didn't get that one up, Bob.
Oh, you didn't get that one up. Okay. Yeah, we've caught a lot of fish. We like to fish. I think we're doing what we want to do. I tell you what, we've had an extraordinary life. I've been halfway around the world doing things, and all over the United States. It was, showing horses in Canada and showing horses. In fact, I'm going to Canada in August to go fishing about 80 miles below the Arctic Circle.
That's
And so we're not rich, but I'll tell you what, we've lived a rich life.
great. That's the best thing you can do.
That's
Well,
the best
and
thing, yeah.
we wish you many, many more years of living a healthy, rich life and doing
Exactly.
exactly what it is that you want to do, which is scratch the noses of ponies and hook into the big fish.
Well, it's what we love to do, and the other thing too, I'll tell you what's really been nice too. I mean, we're listening to all the people that are on this call tonight from all the different parts of the country. That we know people in your areas right there too that we've competed against, and also that we have a lot of friends all over the country right there too in the cutting horse world. And we just want to tell you that this product is an amazing product. It's there's no way that you can put it in words. The best thing to do is I just tell everybody is just try it and see what you think. We've had so many people that we've helped by them using the product. I mean, I had a friend of mine that was a cutting horse trainer up there in Washington. Had a really good guy, and I heard that he was having heart problems, and they thought he was going to die. I mean, that was about 5-6 years ago, and he went ahead and got started. And I'll tell you what, it made a complete difference in his life.
He's still
And
riding.
And he's still
he's
riding.
still riding. Yep.
And he's how old?
Yep. He's got to be 88 or something like that now, I guess.
I think he's actually 92, and he's still riding. So
Yeah,
it's incredible.
He's an incredible guy, and I'll tell you what, a good friend, and I'll tell you what, a tough guy. He used to be a hockey player, and he was a horse trainer. This guy is tough, but I'll tell you what, I don't think he would have made it without Dr. Prasad's magic.
Well, we're sure excited about you getting your micro daily hydro and letting us know what you think about that on the Power of Now.
Yeah, right.
Now that right there has a different flavor from what I understand. I'll tell you what, I thought that the hydro that we had before was good. It's just the same hydro, only with a different flavor. Is that correct?
No, this is the EMF hydro.
So Dr.
Oh,
Prasad,
this has the EMF. That's right. Yeah. Well,
so Bob, to wrap up the segment, and Miss Jolene, hi Jolene, we're very good friends. We've stayed at their ranch. They really get to live an optimal longevity. They get to do the things they love, and they love to, and it's hard work out there cutting those horses. And
Of course.
what do you think the most important thing is, like some of the aches and pains and like the physical work that they do? Bob, what would you tell people if they heard this for the first time, like the biggest benefits that you received by taking the products and that could help them?
Well, I'm able to sleep better. There's a lot of things. I just feel. I just feel healthy. I tell you what, in the afternoons like that, if you start to get a little tired, then I take some of the hydro. That seems to perk me up like about 2 o'clock. I can't take it at 6 o'clock because I can't get to sleep that early. But and then I tell you what, the probiotic. I've always been looking for a probiotic for a long time, but then when the company came out with this probiotic, it's a really, really good probiotic. It really helps my gut. And then I think I have arthritis going on. It's starting on in my shoulder. And with the CBD, well, I'll tell you what, I can't be without that. I'll tell you what, if I'm without it, I can move my elbow, not my elbow, but my shoulder, and it goes click, click, click. But when I'm on that CBD, I'll tell you what, I don't feel. I went fishing all day today, and I never had a problem on. And when you have a fishing pole in your hand right there, that's the time you feel it.
Yeah.
And of course, as you get older, and of course, in the kind of sport that we're in right there, there's a lot. I've been in a lot of wrecks and stuff like that too, but actually, I'm in pretty damn good shape. I saw somebody the other day, and Jolene asked me, she says, how old do you think Bob is? And the lady looked, she says about 60. And I said, "Oh no, that doesn't sound right." She said, "Well, what's wrong?" I said, "I'm 35."
Well, you're doing great since you've been
How
up
much
since what, 4 o'clock?
CBD you are taking about? How much
I'm
CBD?
taking four. I'm taking 4 of those at night and 3 in the morning.
Okay.
And
It is
maybe I'm
non-toxic, so
overdosing.
it is okay. Yeah. Good
Pardon?
for you.
I might be overdosing it. I don't know, but I tell you,
No. CBD, as you know, that has been tried up to 700 milligram per day in a children with seizure and has no toxicity. So I wouldn't worry about the toxicity of CBD at all.
well, I'm telling you that, we've had, you've been bucked off and fallen off and been run over and everything like that. But I tell you, my shoulder is getting arthritic, and it's. I think I need to have an operation on it. But I think that when the CBD starts to wear off, that's when I think that. And I know I got to go on a fishing trip to Canada. I'm hoping I can take that CBD across the border without getting put in jail.
No, I think it should be okay because that is
I hope so.
non-addictive. It is non-addictive, and I'm
No, it's
sure.
not addictive at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, it sure does wonders for anybody that has an arthritic joint or something like that. You better try this because it is fantastic. And the other thing, to stay healthy, just like the doctor told me, Dr. Prasad found vitamin E succinate. Well, that right there helps. Can you explain that to me better than I can, Dr. Prasad?
Yeah, vitamin E succinate is it is very powerful anti-cancer agent, and also it is more soluble, therefore it can cross the blood-brain barrier and enter your brain much more than, say, vitamin E acetate. And so this is very big advantage. In addition to that, vitamin E succinate have some unique function that regular vitamin E acetate cannot perform.
That's right, and I tell you what, and there is a difference. There's a big difference between. I say, and maybe everybody affects everybody differently, but I just know I just feel healthier with the stuff that I'm taking, and we just feel better. It's like I said, I don't know where I'd be. I don't know where we would be today if we had found this 6 years ago.
That's, you know what, that is a perfect way to segue. I put the picture back up of Bob and Dr. Prasad on there. And we're going to end this and tell Miss Jolene hello. And I want to thank you, Bob, for taking time out to come.
Thank you, Bob.
6 years of being
Well, it's an honor to be with you and everybody across the country. And Dr. Prasad, I love you. I tell you what, you're the best.
Thank you.
Bob.
Thank you, Bob and Jolene.
Thank you, Jolene.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, Jolene too.
Bye-bye. All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Bob. So isn't it fun to get to hear people that have been on product for so long and the quality of life they have, Dr. Prasad, because of your work?
Yeah, I mean, that is the whole purpose, that we want to have people live, like you make a distinction between lifespan and lifespan with good quality of life. And so, but, as you know, that at least 77% of seniors have at least one chronic disease at this time. They don't have to have. And 80% have two. And so it is a disturbing statistics, and it doesn't have to be that way. And so I think we are trying to send the message that just take a good diet, lifestyle changes, and take these micronutrients because you are insufficient. And that is the main reason why you are developing all kind of health issues.
Mm-hmm. And it's safe.
Yeah, and it is safe. I mean, I always say the worst scenario would be it has no effect. Well, then you just wasted a little bit money, but never has happened. The worst scenario I have not come across as yet. Anybody who said, oh, it really made me sick. Sometimes you have some allergic reaction, that is a different issue. That's an acute issue. But otherwise, and as I said, and like Bob said, that the old people with or without disease, they have intestinal dysbiosis, means you have more toxic bacteria than beneficial bacteria, even if you don't have disease. And if you have disease, you have much more. And so I think the way we prepare about probiotics, that is, I'm glad that helping to many people, including myself, my wife, and my daughter-in-law.
Well, it is, your probiotic is a masterfully crafted product. And actually, Bob told me that he felt the difference within a few days because of the communication with this acid reflux.
Yes.
It immediately helped him.
Yes.
And so that is just how powerful it is, not just for lower GI when you think of IBS or constipation or diarrhea or bloating. That also helps with the communication of the acid reflux that people have. And so he told me that immediately. And that was he was one of the first responding on the probiotic to me.
Yeah. And not only probiotics that, like we have seen a lot of data on Alzheimer and diabetes and so on, but even the data is for cancer, because that nobody expected that, but there are data available right now that intestinal dysbiosis is also associated with the progression of the cancer. And so if people who are going to treatment, they are the worst because treatment also kills a lot of, you get sick, intestinal upset, and so you are more severe dysbiosis. So if you add anything you are doing, chemotherapy or radiation, and have a probiotics, that will be fantastic. Mm-hmm. We don't recommend a low-dose antioxidant during therapy, but certainly you can have, if you don't want to take any antioxidant, but at least you can take probiotics. It's very important.
It's very important.
And of course, the high-dose antioxidant is important, but suppose if you don't want to take anything because your doctor said or whatever, at least you can take probiotics that will help you tremendously. Yes. And in combination with medications, it will be further. And I give you one example. A friend of mine had I don't know if I told you this story or not, but I don't remember. A friend of mine has some form of leukemia, and I don't know, 15 years ago. And so he was given methotrexate. That's the classical medication. Chemotherapy used to be a lot, but now only a specific case used the methotrexate. And so when he started it, he has a neutrophil count of 1%. You can imagine. Neutrophil is the most important cell in your body to fight infection. And here you have 1%. Generally, people have 70, 80% neutrophil, normal people. And so then doctor put it, and then the neutrophil increased to about anywhere from 25 to 30%, better than 1%. So, but still, was problem. And then I recommended him to take also prebiotics. And our biotics formula, and he started taking it almost 3 months. And few weeks, the report, he called me and tells me that now his neutrophil count is 68%.
Nice.
Wow.
So, he's also, which never happened. And he's still taking methotrexate. As you know, methotrexate is also immunosuppressive drug.
Right.
But with micronutrient and everything, it protects it. Plus, so I became convinced that maybe probiotics did the trick, because if you are taking all these macronutrient and still intestinal dysbiosis occurs, and then they are putting a lot of pro-inflammatory cytokine, other toxic chemicals, and it's causing damage. And so you never get any break. So, but it is just the one case example. But I think I could have also predicted it. But you can predict it, and most of the time you are wrong. But
not you, Dr. Prasad.
But when I read the literature that how bad intestinal dysbiosis is in cancer patient, I said, oh, no wonder the effect is so dramatic.
Well, and a lot of people on here may not know this, but probiotics actually, they have many different jobs. They make amino acids. The
many function. It does not just one function.
Yeah, they do many, many things. And so his suite of his masterfully crafted suite of probiotics that include Bifidobacterium, Lactobacillus, S. boulardii, and Bacillus coagulans spores is just really one of the best on the market, and it really is, and it's safe, and it's safe, and so I'm really excited about that product.
Yeah.
And
So
immune.
I'm glad that they heard from the Bob that, as he saw, he's much younger than me, but I mean, I never knew it, but I had it, probably intestinal dysbiosis, and because there's no way anybody will know it, even though I was taking all kind of micronutrients, but before we developed probiotics, I was not taking probiotics at all. My wife was taking recommended by doctor, but it was some benefit, but it was not very much benefit. And so I think it is important. Sometimes people give so many, in a marketplace, so many bifido and lactobacillus bacteria, billions of CFU, those, but because they know most of them are going to destroy it. So, but sometimes it is not good idea because they are not very effective. So, and that's why they fail. But when my daughter-in-law, who is a vegan, having also taking a doctor recommended probiotics, but never was good. It was some good, but never was good. But when shifted to our product, now both of them have no complaint. So,
and your daughter-in-law.
I have no complaint either myself.
It's excellent. So what we're going to do, we have some footage. Jeff, if you wouldn't mind playing on our brand new EMF Hydro, we're getting some feedback out in the field.
Yeah. Love to see.
Do a little overview of the EMF Hydro, and which is one of Bob's favorite products, but now it's in the hydro form. And so Jeff's going to play a short video, and then we've got a couple slides of Dr. Kort actually measuring in real time
today.
So, yes.
Love to.
Jeff's running that.
That Micro Daily Hydro EMF is the finest micronutrient supplement available in the world today. Is there any better product that you've ever considered?
No, we have checked it, and I've seen it, like,
You've looked at hundreds of products. I know I've shown them to you, hundreds and hundreds
like,
of products.
silver, one is called silver something, multiple vitamin, but they are just fake, they have all kind of herbs and the amount they are there is not effective, tiny amount just to look they have. And so I think I would say very convincingly that right now this is the best product in the world.
And we
For your health.
are privileged to take it for our own health and share it with others.
Yeah, I want everybody to grow older with an excellent quality of life. That's the goal.
How about if we all can grow older like you, Dr. Prasad? I hope that I am as sharp as you when I reach your age. So you're an inspiration for sure. Let's talk about the features and benefits of Micro Daily Hydro EMF. We've already alluded to and discussed them.
Yeah.
It's fair to say Micro Daily Hydro EMF is the finest micronutrient product in the world. It's a powder form of Micro Daily EMF. So it's all of the same micronutrients as Micro Daily EMF, but it has some flavoring and it has some sweetener, natural sweeteners to make it very tasty. And so it's designed to be mixed with water. And because it's consumed with water, it doesn't, as a capsule go into the stomach to be digested, it's already ready for digestion. So that accelerates absorption of the products and ingredients. Correct, Dr. Prasad?
Yes. That's the major benefit. So
it's made with all natural ingredients. It has 0 calories and it comes in a very tasty lemonade flavor. We extensively tasted, we tested the flavoring. Our legacy team members tasted it. I know, Jeff, you can give a testimonials to the flavoring before the call is over, but the flavor is a big hit. And I think we all think you're going to love it. We love it. The people who have tried it loved it. So it's made with, okay, so continue on, Robin. So the benefits are, once again, 5G EMF defense and protection, EMF radiation defense. It promotes a healthy inflammation response, which is critical to enhancing our health. Immune system, which we all know in the world we live in, especially today, is critical for our health and safety of our health. DNA integrity and health, which leads to less mutation and less illnesses, enhances our health for the long haul, healthy aging, and increased energy. So the benefits here are very, very powerful. I want to remind everyone these statements have not been evaluated by the FDA, and this product does not diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. And so we want to make sure that you're very clear that this is a micronutrient supplement to enhance your health and help your body be optimally healthy.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so now drum roll. When is it available? Robin, do you want to let everybody know?
It's available right now for the small price of $82.99 on subscription. So anyone can go to their back office right now and place a subscription order or just a standard regular order, whatever they want. It's available right now. And we just need Brenda to confirm that it's actually true what Dave and I are saying.
It is true. It is up and ready to go. It's available on subscription at $82.99. It's available on as a standard order if you're a preferred customer affiliate at $82.99. This price is only a $5 premium to the Micro Daily EMF capsules. So you're only paying a $5 premium and you're getting individually packaged 60 servings, which is 2 a day, of Micro Daily Hydro EMF. I can tell you, in working with our legacy team, et cetera, we wanted to make sure that we got the price as affordable as possible. And so we think that this price is, compared to the Micro Daily capsules, is really extremely affordable and fair. So now, Robin, let's show them what we're going to do, which we said we would never do, but tonight we're going to do it. So
I can't believe it. I'm not even sure I want to show this next slide.
before we show it, I'm going to say once again, you know, we have a fantastic legacy team of leaders and affiliates. They're our friends, they're our partners, they're our family members. I consider them family. And because of them, I'm going to say 100% because of them and them advocating for you, we're going to, we made a decision to do something we said we'd never do. So Robin, let's show them what we're going to do. We are going to do from today through the end of the month, a buy two, get one free. Buy two, get one free. That's Micro Daily Hydro EMF. Buy two, get one free. So now what does that mean in terms of pricing? That would be $82.99 times 2, which is $165.98 for 3 boxes of Micro Daily Hydro EMF. If you divide that by 3, that's $55.32. That makes this the least expensive Micro Daily product available today. And I can tell you, we're going to run this promotion as a launch promotion from June 12th to the end of the month. So midnight on the 30th, it will end. And we do not discount our Micro Daily products. We haven't discounted them in more years than I can remember, Robin. And so this really genuinely is a once in a Micro Daily Hydro EMF lifetime promotion. So you can get it buy two, get one free starting right now. What do you think about that, Dr. Prasad?
Yeah, I think that's a fantastic deal.
Thank you, Jeff. All right. So that's so exciting.
That is fun.
And since that intro, we've actually got to try it. We've been trying it throughout the nation. And so Dr. Kort, you want to go ahead and share a little bit about what he's been measuring, because that's what he does. And so would you like to go ahead and talk a little bit about that? And I'll pull up some graphics.
Well, you know, no one's safe when I'm around. So yesterday I was at a coffee shop and had my laptop there, and I measured heart rate variability on anybody who would sit down and let me measure them. And I had one skeptic come in, and he was a pretty big, muscly guy. And I said, well, let's just test you. I mean, we don't know. Let's just test you. And he's like, well, you know, I just don't believe in this supplement thing. And I said, okay, well, let's just test you. So we tested him, and he was about 50% overall health. And we put a Micro Daily Hydro, had him just put it in his mouth and let it dissolve in his mouth. And then we retested him. and he showed some improvement. Now, I'm not going to say that it was tremendous improvement, but he showed improvement, which in my world means that he has the ability and the energy to heal.
Mhm.
He was a little shocked that, having this outer skin that was, full of muscle and looking like an Adonis, that he was only at 50%, because then I showed him mine and I was at 100%. So, he has a little bit of work to do. But then today, we had a worker, we had an issue with a door, and we had someone come over and fix the door for us. And I did the same thing. He saw me out on the patio working, and I started telling him about the product. And so quite simply, I had him just put the packet under his tongue, which I wanted to go in very quickly. And I had him hold it there for 24 minutes. So total, actually, it was probably closer to about 17 minutes, 15 to 17 minutes in his mouth, rinsed it down with just a little bit of water.
Before you remeasured.
Before I remeasured. Now, this is alarming because, you can look at people and think, wow, these people are healthy. But it's not until you measure that you really see what's going on. So go ahead and show that, Joanette.
All right.
This person was on SSRIs, and this is straight off my computer, so I'm sorry it's a little blurry. But when we look at the slide on the left, that's a really angry brain. And it's 11% on the psycho-emotional state, and he's on an antidepressant.
Out of 100.
Out of 100. But what I want you to look at is that bottom slide underneath the dark unhappy brain. His delta brain pattern is at 67%. And what we have learned is that the delta pattern means that his brain is asleep. He's speaking, but nobody's home. So go ahead, Jet. Did you want to say something?
I'd like to show, no, because I can't show the example.
Okay, so this was, it was taken at 14:34 this morning, this afternoon. And then the second test was done at 14:57. So 24 minutes with just one dose of the microdaily hydro under. He improved his psycho-emotional state from 11% to 26%. That's a significant change in just 24 minutes.
More than double.
It's more than double, exactly. But what I want you to look at is the brain waves that came back on board. So we changed the delta from 67% and reduced it to 23%. That's a massive change. But then we also increased theta. We increased the alpha by almost double. We increased the beta by quadruple.
Man, oh man.
And this was just in 24 minutes.
So for someone that actually measures EEG, this is a qualitative measure on this HRV. I've looked at hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these, and this is a very healthy brain wave. The second one is extremely healthy. And so I want you to know, Dr. Kort called me out to take a look at it. And I want you to know, these are the brain waves we want to see. And this is just after one dose under the tongue. And so I'm going to go ahead and show the other screen real quick. So you're right, nobody's safe with Dr. Kort around because he's always pulling out the HRV and measuring people, baselining and measuring. Okay, go ahead.
So what we can see is this is of all the parameters along the top part of this slide, this is one that I like because it's your overall health status according to the technology. So the beginning one, the overall health status is 7%. And you can imagine, if somebody tests you, you're just there at their house, you're doing a repair, he sits you down and hooks you up. And then he says, well, I'm sorry to tell you, sir, but your overall health status is 7%.
For your age.
For your age. Oh, that's a shock. But I have a solution. So we dropped it under his tongue and had him suck on this hour lemon drop. And in just 24 minutes, he improved from 7% to 19% with just one dose. And as you know, Dr. Prasad, when you are on an SSRI, to be able to boost those findings that much in just one dose, that's an incredible change.
Yes, yes.
What are your thoughts?
I think this is a miracle. I don't know how to explain it, and except that his body had a lot of deficiency, and of course, any deficiency will affect your nervous system, and so by quickly absorbing that, that helps to improve your brain function. That's amazing that it can do. That's one of the value of a hydro is that if you have a like worker who works all day and this kind of thing, how useful that could be. I mean, on the tongue you see in 24 minutes, but hydro may you see in 1 hour. But at least it will be better than you see capsule maybe 12 hours. And so I think hydro EMF is going to be remarkable value. But there are still people who want to take capsule, that's okay. Biological effect will be similar. It is just the rate by which you get benefit is different.
Mhm.
Well, and so, he did order or is going to be ordering the special and a bottle of probiotic.
Yeah.
And on his subscription order, he's going to get another hydro and the probiotic, and that's all we're going to do. And we're going to monitor him.
Yeah.
And so we'll have more information for you about this mystery person and how he's improving in spite of the medications that he's on.
Yeah. That's the thing that, as I have said earlier, it had no interactions with any medication. If anything, it could be further helpful. Potential toxicity.
Right. And, our hope is that we can introduce the CBD and start to taper him off of those.
Taper off his drug. This is the drug requirement. This could be also true in other diseases as well.
Right.
Like diabetes, for example, those people who are on 4 or 5 medications, they can be tremendous help.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that one of the things about the probiotic, Dr. Prasad, is that the tryptophan is made by the Bifidobacteria longum, which is in probiotic. And when you have the building block from the tryptophan and a healthy lining in the gut, you will be able to then go from serotonin to melatonin.
Yeah.
And so that is made in our GI tract. And
Right.
so it's in the probiotic that we're currently making. So it's always better to have it endogenously made, right?
Exactly.
So that's
Exactly.
super exciting.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited about the EMF Hydro for people in optimal longevity. We haven't talked about this in a while, but optimal longevity is the ability to talk, walk, think, eat, assimilate, right? Move weight and heal.
And also don't have a transient memory loss. That.
Oh, I almost forgot that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Eat, think, cognition, eat, think. And so one of the things that
thinking, same thing. Yeah.
Being able to think, the swallowing, the inability as we get older. We see this with some difficult patients that have ALS and they have a hard time, but I want you to know we're seeing this even in younger people and that they're having a hard time swallowing pills and medication. And so I just think the Micro Daily Hydro is going to be a really good fit for those people to be able to get the nutrients in.
Yeah.
And because of the swallowing issue. And I just think it tastes great.
It does taste great. I love it.
I have tasted it. It tastes fantastic.
It does.
Great job, Doc.
Yes. And it's not easy for you to cover all those nutrients. And for people on this call that might not have known this, the original formulation had over 14 million in research on one formulation.
That's right. Yeah.
Right? Proven to reduce oxidative stress and inflammation simultaneously.
Yes.
And it's shown to reduce glutamate and glutamate toxicity.
Yeah.
And I don't know any other product out there that has the ability to do that. No. And now, that nutrient dense product in the capsules that we were so grateful for to protect us from ionizing radiation, biowarfare, and extreme stress, it now protects us from the ambient non-EMF, which we've been talking about this last month.
Yeah.
It protects us from that. And now it's in a very tasty, beverage that you can have twice a day, and you really will feel the difference. And I'm sure that a lot of people on here are going, could one product really make a difference? And I want you to know in our lives, because we've been on product for 8 or so years, you know, I shared my cancer story, Thriver story last week, but with Dr. Kort, we'll show some of his numbers. Even though Dr. Kort is sensitive to the non-native EMF, he has hundreds on that HRV, and he's been on these nutrients for 8 years. And so he's, you know, we're saying that 60 is the new 30, but his numbers are better than peers. I mean, like people in their 20s and 30s. And that's because he has been on these nutrients for a very long time. And the number one hallmark of aging, and we've talked about this before, but the number one hallmark of aging, according to all the longevity experts, are dysfunctional metabolic signaling, which would be like blood sugar, energy. And this product is unbelievable. This product actually has a patent for the treatment of type 2 diabetes mellitus. And we've been showing some great case studies for that. So the answer is, for those of you on here that are hearing this for the first time, is it possible that there is a product with this kind of research and clinical experience that it's safe, with no medication contraindications, that can help you reduce oxidative stress and inflammation, balance your blood sugar? Absolutely. And I'm so glad that you're on tonight. So Dr. Prasad, what are you most excited about? What's going to come out of the EMF Hydro? What do you think is going to
I think that for those people like you mentioned who can't swallow or doesn't want to have a capsule, or rare people who have allergic reaction with the capsule, I think you will see that the benefit that people were seeing it, you know, say sometimes 30 days, sometimes 60 days, you may get report that benefit in 7 days. That's one difference. And also that, you know, correcting almost looks like not only absorption rate is great, but also the uniformly distributed, because they are all released at the same time. But when you have a capsule, that capsule have to dissolve and then get, you know, distributed, dispersed, you know. And so it takes time to absorb. But in this case, you have almost within an hour, you have absorption of all ingredient that we have in a EMF. And so I think you will see the results much more dramatically sooner than before. That's the one thing I would predict, and let us see what happens.
Well, we're going to be measuring with the HRV, but also one of the things that I think is so exciting is that our red blood cells are brand new every 90 days. And when we're hauling around, you know, glucose molecules on the hemoglobin, and it you know, you feel tired, you know, and
tired because, you know, glucose bound hemoglobin, now hemoglobin cannot deliver oxygen to your tissues, various tissue. I mean, they will deliver whatever is left, and especially in the brain. And therefore it is very important. And it is interesting that people don't realize the brain is almost independent of peripheral, say, insulin receptor. Brain has its own insulin receptor. So if the glucose metabolism gets disturbed, your brain function will be reduced, and all kind of problem occur. So it is very important to keep your brain saturated with the micronutrients so that all these glucose metabolism disturbances does not occur, and insulin receptor is maintained in a healthy state, and so glucose can be used. And so I think it is both for peripheral tissue and central tissue. I think hydro is going to be very, because then it will be quickly also accumulate in the brain, because absorption will be quicker, and therefore they will, you know, cross the blood-brain barrier quickly.
so, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to bring up the 90 days with every red blood cell's brand new. So if you get started today, you get back with that person that invited you on this call, and you get started today, that's why we do a subscription. It's based off of Dr. Prasad's research, that and for that red blood cell to be brand new, and you stay on that product for what, 90 days a minimum, Dr. Prasad, to see that we're on it for the rest of our lives, like God.
When you commit it for long life with healthy lifestyle, then you have to commit for the entire life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And otherwise, if you take 1 day or 90 days and you say, oh, I don't feel like too much, or whatever reason, and then you stop it, then you will feel more miserable because now your vitamin feel much more deficient in micronutrient if you suddenly stops.
Right. And like you've said, just one micronutrient deficiency, just one,
Yes,
affect,
can interfere with all kind of stuff,
right?
especially immune function. And these days when all the, you heard the report of World Health Organization that don't get relaxed on COVID-19 because they are still infecting people. And so not only COVID-19, but there are many other infective agents, viruses, bacteria. So you want to make sure your immune system is optimally functioning so that you can first resist it. And if you get it, symptom is very mild. Recovery rate is faster.
And so I'm going to say, get back to that person that invited you on this call and get started. And you know what? I would order that special for $54 a box, 2 servings a day. So this isn't a one capsule or one packet. This is 2 a day, and get back with the person. And I would get that ordered. I would totally take advantage of that special. And then this Optimal Longevity series can be found on YouTube, and all of our previous ones. And so this will be on Team Serve on YouTube. So go there and subscribe and like. And Dr. Kort, you want to close it out?
I would love to close it out. We want to have a special thanks to Dr. Prasad and to Robert Nelson. Thank you for being a part of our lives. We are truly, truly blessed. And thank you to everyone else who's on the call. Get back with the person that put you on this call, and have a great night.
Yes.
Be well. We'll see you next Tuesday on the Optimal Longevity.
No.
Oh.
Dr. Prasad's got the 4th off.
Oh, that's right. It's the
No.
4th.
No.
Sorry.
He's
What is it?
he's got a vacation. He's got a vacation. And so let me see. Why don't you unmute and thank Dr. Prasad, if you would like, for his work.
Yes.
Thank you all.
Thanks so much, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Dr.
Dr.
Prasad.
Prasad.
Thank you.
Thank you,
God
Dr.
bless
Kort.
you.
Thank
Have
you,
a good
Dr.
night.
Joanette.
Happy
And
Good
Fourth.
see you,
night.
Dr.
Thank you
Prasad.
all.
Thank you.
Love
Thank
you
you.
all.
Love you, Dr.
Good night, everybody.
Prasad.
Amen.
Everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
It's wonderful. I love it. I
Bye-bye.
have 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and 2 at night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Lois, you're awesome.
Yes.